Righto guys, just want to shoot this quick video for you. Now on the 200 series, for some reason when we have real heavy downpours of rain, it's happened to me twice now in the last 12 months, something's getting wet somewhere and my tail lights and parkers are coming on. Basically it's half the dash lights in the car, so when you do flick your parkers on the vehicle, my actual main dash lights up and all the rest, but a couple of buttons on the dash are lit up and my parkers are on and my tail lights are on, number plate lights on. I don't know what it is. Been searching everywhere, can't find any moisture inside the vehicle. Been going right through it. Now, doing a heap of Googling, chasing around, basically what I can find is a lot of people complaining about water actually leaking through, like past the windscreen, down onto the top of your air conditioner cabin filter, and bits and pieces getting wet on inside there. I've had it all ripped out, can't find any moisture anywhere, but just looking, searching. So basically in that, come across some mod people do, and they reckon that from aftermarket windscreens, some of them don't come down quite as far and they don't make the factory little drain that's on your plastic weather shield that goes across underneath your windscreen wipers. And there's a little drain on the back of that, and it's made to catch the water as it runs down your windscreen, divert it either side so it doesn't fall into the hole under your cabin filter. The back of your fascia here. Now, this is what goes over the top of your air conditioner box. It's a little drain, so the idea is this will be on the front, this will be on the front edge of your windscreen, this is below your windscreen, then this is all in behind that. So if the water gets past, it's supposed to land on this channel and run down either side, drop into the normal drain where it's supposed to go, and same deal back the other way and drop into the drain and falls into that cowling basically behind your firewall, underneath your windscreen, behind the firewall. There's a little pocket there, I suppose, where your windscreen wiper motor and mechanisms and all that go, and there's a drain on either side and the water filters out into your inner guards. So if you look in here, water's coming down your windscreen, falls into the black plastic and falls into this big tub here and drains out down the sides there. Basically out this hole here, goes underneath the metal and out. What I found is people make up a piece of plastic and they glue it across the top of this and just give it that little bit extra, so the lip of it's going to be on the outside and then everything can drop straight into the drain where it's supposed to go. Now, I don't think this is my issue, but because I've got it all open, I am going to do it. I've just got a cheap plastic lid and basically cut him up just so it goes around the outside of this, and I'm going to Sikaflex it in over, and no one can ever see it. Didn't put too much care and attention into it, but if water does come down in a torrential downpour and gets in there, it's going to hit that, deflect off and land into the drain where it's supposed to. Alright guys, I know this is a bit messy, but this is totally unseen and I don't think this was my issue in the first place, but I'm going to glue this in. It was just an old lid. I've chopped him up and basically that's your aircon vent right there. All this is so the water runs down the windscreen and it's going to land onto this first if it does go into that area. If there's any mistake, sorry, it goes like that. If it does go into this area, so all I'm going to do is Sikaflex across the back there, glue him in, just let him sit nice and flat, or basically it's leaning forward, so any water that runs on it is going to come down. Yeah, it'll sit like that. Any water that hits it, it's going to run down into the drain where it's supposed to be, and no water onto your cabin filter. And basically with that, what I've found is there's two little holes in the seams of my metal that go together. It has got seam sealer over it, but there's two little holes there, just very small, and that's letting water, as it's going out the drain, also come inside the engine bay, then gets on a couple of wires and leaks onto the main wiring harness that does go in behind my dash. Goes through the firewall into the dash, and it's on both sides of the vehicle. So just looking for options, not 100% if this is my issue or what's going on, but just wanted to show you what I've found and what I'm going to do to try and rectify it. Righto, so just have a look at this. Now what I think's happening to mine is basically your water comes into here, basically falls into this pit, and out the side here where you can see my fingers, just on below this, water gets in and is supposed to go out underneath that. Right, and that goes basically inside your mudguard then and down inside. Now if you come into the engine bay, that little square there, water's coming through that and getting back on top of all this wiring and then running around on the wires, and also underneath here. Oh no, so we've got a bit of water coming that. So we've done a water test, putting water on the roof bolts and that sort of stuff, seeing if it was leaking down the A pillar. And this is what I noticed, that it runs down into here and then it was spewing into my engine bay. I didn't like all the wires that were getting wet. So same deal on the driver's side here, but if you can see a little square hole in the corner, It's the same deal. Basically in there, and then this one dribbles down onto the harness, and then right underneath that is the harness that goes through the firewall. Like, I know it's messy. This thing has got that many different bits and pieces on it. Spotlights, winches, dual batteries everywhere, bloody 3 Anderson plugs hanging off it, water pump, extra fuel tanks. So it has wires absolutely everywhere. It is a bit of an abortion, but this is what I think's happening to mine. Pulled the inner guards out. Okay, so this is the inside. Now what I found is this here is where the water runs into, and looks like it must run down the inside of that. There's holes all in the metal, like, well, not sealed, so it can all run out. It basically dribbles down the bottom. What I have found, even if you don't go for the fix that I've got here, the water should run out that. Water should be coming out that. I've got a heap of leaves, crap, up on top of this. There's a heap of dirt. Heap of dirt and shit. It's all sitting up in there. Maybe every 12 months or something like that, pull your inner guards out and go for a look up in here. Like, this car's been around Australia, 250 thou on it, 2008 200 series chopped. So what it is, I reckon's going on, is because there's all that leaf matter up in there. So the water's supposed to drain through there, and then also down the back here. Watch this. That's going right up there. It's all them leaves and shit. Alright, all that there. Not that I want to scratch it out, so I'm going to stick the vacuum cleaner up in there, get all that out I can, run me a bit of wire up in here. I don't want to scratch that up because I don't want bare metal and all the rest of it and then to rust up on me. So what I'm going to do is get the vacuum cleaner into that, clean all that out so that drain can do its job. Maybe the leaves and stuff are just stopping it, and then it's overflowing into my engine bay. So I'm going to clean them out, and I'm going to Sikaflex up these little holes in the corner just to stop it coming back on inside to the engine bay. So I've got the vacuum cleaner up in there. I've got some wax and grease remover on a rag and scrubbed and cleaned as good as I can without being able to see. Worst case scenario, guys, like I think I look after my car, but never thought to take my inner guards off and clean all that sort of shit out and have a look up in there. Yeah, learning more and more stuff about her. Goes over both sides, but yeah, cheap, easy, and yeah, let's give it a go. Up around that little bracket there, I had to cut it out, but I just fill that with Sikaflex, and away we go. Still, I just got to grab some thinners and or a bit of wax and grease remover and a rag, and I'll give it all a clean up. But you can see plastic shield's in, so the water will come down the windscreen, hit the plastic shield, and then run off into the drain where it's supposed to be. And you can see over in the corners, I just gooed up the corner there, had that little hole, and then I just did the seam all the way up to the top, and the drain's all nice and clean down the bottom. All good to go. And just throw a little bit on that inside edge as well. Quick look here at the driver's side, just down that seam again, down the back, and on the inside. So guys, remember, if you like anything you see in this vid, please subscribe, like, share it with your friends, hit that big thumbs up for me. Give us a subscribe, help us get our numbers up. Now, this is just a quick vid. Basically, I'm really just trying to fix my car before the next bit of rain. We live in North Queensland and it's summertime, Christmas, and rain's starting to piss down everywhere. And I'm a bit scared about the electronics behind my dash. Like, so something's going on. And basically, if you toast it behind the dash, it can be up to like $19,000. And we've just put 2 new turbos in it, 8.5 grand. I've spent a shit ton of money on this vehicle, so I do not want that to happen. So this is just a bit of preventative maintenance, may help you out. Righto guys, thanks very much for watching the video. Yeah, just remember, if you like anything you've seen here, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, get our name out there, check out a couple other handy little videos.